Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. You know who I am. I am your host, the most, the Bridge 258, here today to give you that all good Chelsea transfer news. Now, this is definitely a very late version of the Chelsea transfer news for sure. I know I usually do this a lot more earlier, a lot more efficiently, and a lot more effectively per se. Big up to my guy DJ Sav. Nice to see you here, bro. As always. Big up to everyone else that's here in the cut for sure. Thank you very much for coming along. Now, if I may obviously start today, I think there's been a lot of news today that's come out. I'll obviously do my Casual FC stream with my guy Marshall, who's the head of the Casual FC. So that's why I've done this one really late today. I was going to do a FIFA stream instead, but I was like, with the amount of news that's come out today, I had to come out and show up for the Mandem in regards to the news that's come out and really give my school of thought and opinions in regards to the matter, of course. Now, I know it's 2 a.m., but listen, man, you know what I mean? I've got holidays, you know what I mean? I'm on holiday. Hopefully, man, you guys are too. And listen, let's make sure to enjoy it and everything like that, as I always say before. Now, let's get into the first main topic, which is going to be in regards to Nico Williams. So, as you guys know, I'm going to be speaking on, of course, Nico Williams. And this is the first main report that's really come out in regards to Nico Williams. And this is from DiMarzio. Now, DiMarzio was reporting that Chelsea are ready to activate the 55 million release clause for in Nico Williams' contract. Now, at first, when I heard this, by the way, I was like, this is absolutely a pile of, excrements. And one of the reasons why was because Chelsea have made it clear that they want to stay within a certain wage structure, and it's been reported multiple times by guys like Fabrizio, by guys like I forgot the gentleman's name. Oh, by Fabrizio, by guys like even Matteo Moretto, even himself, DiMarzio has mentioned that Chelsea's have financial packages that they do not want to give out to certain players. And the fact that also my guy Nico Williams on 200k euros a week, yeah, is another major stumbling block in regards to this issue thing happening. And obviously, it did get literally reported further on. Yep, from Fabrizio that Chelsea believe Nico Williams' deal is too expensive. Salary request and mechanism of release clause. Alicia did not happen also due to salary requests. So clearly, fundamentally speaking, right, they are clearly trying to stick by their wage structure. And as I've said to you guys before, and I've said to many others before, when that is the case, that usually means one or two things. That means they have now fundamentally stuck to that rule. They do not wish to go further from that rule, or so. Which what I mean by that is go higher or lower from that school of thought. They wish to just maintain it at the end of the day. And as such, guys like Nico Williams are going to be out of your reach. These guys that are more so upper European talents have done it for a season or two now in their prospective leagues are going to be demanding big wages because other clubs that are going to be in and around there are going to be asking to compete for that similar wage as well. So as such, be ready to expect stuff like this to continually happen. So listen, it's not easy at the end of the day. I know a lot of people are not going to be happy about it, but that is fundamentally going to be the main reason and as to why a lot of these deals for these upper European talents are not going to happen because guys like, for example, Nico Williams, the reason why he's on such a high wage, by the way, is because he's Atletico Bilbao. Atletico Bilbao, they only get people that either live or who are born in the Basque region, right? So therefore, they don't need to spend transfer money on them or on players. They literally all they do is spend what would be their transfer window on actual just increasing the salaries of the players they have, such that they do not need to be moved on in the future. So for them, it's a big W. It's a massive advantage, in regards to that, even with the policy that they continually have. So again, it's a big W for them personally, more than anything else. So again, big ups to them, and it's of course much. It makes their life so much more easier in the medium to long term. So that's why guys like again Nico Williams are so very hard to get and ascertain. Now, in regards to the options that you can then bring in for the left wing scenario, obviously there's going to be two, which I'm going to bring up for you guys as of right now, right? And that is of course while Google decides to wake up and stuff. Come on, Google, do your stuff. That brings us up here for this middle section. And this is the stuff that we are potentially looking at as of right now. You've got Crescencio Somerville, of course, as I've said before, in the left wing market. His current salary, I believe, is in the 20 to 30K range too, right? So that's going to be very easy and attainable, to get him. You're going to be looking probably at what, doubling his wage, 60K each without incentives, etc., etc. So with him, 19 goals, 9 assists in the championship probably would be the best option right now within the club's wage structure. Again, I may not be a big fan of his personally, but that's just me. Obviously, you look at that 0.89 in regards to non-penalty XG. Obviously, assists is in the 71st percentile. Very high shot rate in actions. Big up to my guy Adam. Big up to my guy Big Mike. Yeah, I was on a casually a stream Big Mike, so I had to. It was my guy Marc Thingy, and I'm on holiday. So the only reason I'm doing it is because I'm on holiday too. So the fact I'm on holiday means I can do the stream. Otherwise, bro, I would not be doing this stream. By the way, I would be sleeping, getting ready for work tomorrow, bro, at 9 a.m. So luckily, I don't need to do that. So, but if you look at him, high pass percentages, very high in his progressive carries in the league, very good with successful take-ons and progressive passes received. But again, when you've gone from Olise, then to Nico Williams, now you've gone to Crescencio Somerville, bro, it's a tough thing to bite, by the way. It's a very tough thing to bite, right? So again, it's a very tough thing to bite in general. So as such, if you're a fan, yeah, you're gonna be like, dang, why are we doing this for? Why are we doing this, man? You know what I'm saying? We'll do, bro, we'll do. But like as a fan, you're gonna be like, damn, why are we doing this, bro? Why are we doing this? You know what I'm saying to you? It's almost like we're going from the uppity highs to the lowity lows, if that makes sense. So exactly, it's not going to be easy for you as much as possible. Now, in regards to another option, possibly you could be ascertaining for yourself, and this is a guy that I'm a big fan of. If you guys know on the channel, Ahmed Abdi, after Chelsea, the team that he watches the most is in League 1, aka Strasbourg Nation, right? And that is, of course, my guy Desiree Doué, right-footed. 19 years old, plays in Ligue 1 for Stade Rennais, and literally 4 goals, was it called? 4 goals, 4 assists in the league, and obviously he was playing the Europa League too. Yeah, they actually lost to, by the way, to AC Milan, funnily enough, his team. So his team actually lost to AC Milan, and yeah, and so for me personally, as such, Desiree Doué would probably be the main option for me if you're looking at the left wing scenario in this regard. If you want to look for a guy that's going to help you to compete with Mudryk and Sterling, but at the same time can play in the middle of the park too in the cam role, so can provide you key cover there for maybe an Nkuku if he's out. You can play Desiree Doué there too, rather than just a Palmer you can still maintain to be the right winger for you. Can switch to the left side if need be to, can even play on the right. So he's a very versatile and extremely proficient player in his position. So that's why for me personally, you look at it and everything like that. So for me personally, he's a great option to have on the field. Meets the club's idea of potential up and coming player and meets the club's wage structure demand. So for me personally, that's the option I would be going towards. I would personally wait until after 2 games of preseason to determine if we sign a new winger or striker. I'd rather try what we have first. I think the thing is, Big Mike. I think particularly with the left wing notion, I feel like we already know what it is. Though we know who our left wing options to try and what not to try are. We know one of the left wing options is Mudryk and Sterling. We know what they're like. We know how very erratic and irrational they are. So as such, for me, it really is like unnecessary. I wouldn't say we need to try that. Desiree had a testosterone. That might be true, but again, he's only 19 years old. But I think the talent and the ability is there already. He's got a lot of minutes under the belt, a lot of experience under the belt. So again, he's trying to go up to the next level of development. At Chelsea, I think we can provide that for him. And if you look at who he's going to be, he's not going to be an automatic starter too. You're going to have Mudryk and Saturday that you want to give the chance to first and foremost. Even in Nkuku in the middle, is going to get the chance first and foremost into, and you can ease him into the team as well. And I think the thing with Desiree Doué is that he's had back-to-back seasons now of League 1 experience and Europa League experience. So he has the experience that a lot of our players do not even have in Europe. So that is a big advantage, in my personal opinion, when you're trying to bring in a possible left winger like a Desiree Doué into the side with the current stipulations we have currently at the football club. So that's all it is for me personally. Otherwise, bro, you guys know me. I would not be, bringing up these man or these brothers as you want to call them, by the way. So that's all it is for me personally. So again, I would rather do, but again, I think I hear you when you say Tariq George, but the problem with Tariq George, respectfully, and I'll say this about Tariq George, this will be no offense to Tariq George as well, is that Tariq George currently is 15 years old, bro. He's still gonna, you're not gonna be able to, in some way, shape, or form, yeah, bring him in and throw him into the walls. The thing with a guy like Desiree Doué, yeah, is that you have the advantage now of he has the talent, he has the understanding, he knows what's it called, um well, he also would also, in my personal opinion, be able to give you something that your other guys can't. What's it called? Yeah, which is the ability to play across the whole wing. So he's a much more advantageous player to have. To be understudy to Mudrik, I think the thing is, like, bro, Mudrik is understudy right now. I don't think bringing in an extra understudy is going to help you out there for sure. I feel like with Tariq, it might be better actually to send him to Strasbourg actually and let him gain the necessary experience of top level football, in League such that it can be a seamless environment for him, in my personal opinion, Big Mike. But again, that's just my hot take. A lot of people may disagree with me when it comes to that one. But for me personally, that is the main way you want to be going alongside of it for me personally. A lot more efficient, a lot more effective, a lot more of an understandable situation too. I'm providing you even, with a guy that has the skills even to pay the bills, as some might say. So I think for me personally, he's the one that you bring in. Of course, if you guys know anyone else, let me know. But I think Tariq George, Strasbourg Nation, I think for me that is nothing more than that. That's clearer in that aspect. Excuse me, for sure. So I sometimes believe, yeah, we shouldn't rush into options. Yeah, there are some options where it's very simple. It's like it's almost as easy as me just saying bish bash bonk. You know what I mean? That's how easy it is for me personally. And in regards to him, that's the case, honestly. So listen, we move on that one, skill. And listen, let's talk about some other stuff right now. And I want to obviously talk about bear with me for one hot moment. And while I bring this up, where is it? And that is, of course, this one. So this is for Samu Omoridion, a gentleman that we are now not going in for at all. And this is from Mateo Moreto from Relevo. He's a very reliable source when it comes to Spanish stuff. And he says this: Atletico's response to all the clubs that has approached them for Samu Omoridion. And he says Samu stays here. So essentially, they're literally not making sure to not back away from the idea that, Samu Omoridion is going to be the guy that we do not sell at all. So again, Samu or Meridian is definitely not happening for sure. Now, in regards to some of the other stuff as well, this is also from Alto Billy 13 and CF Bayern. And he also says that Chelsea made an inquiry for Hoffenheim striker Maximilian Bayer. The player has 27.4 million release cost. It's not looking likely at the moment. So what that means to me is that Bayer now is no longer an option. Samuel Omaridion is no longer an option too. So the club have now lost C and D option now in regards to this too. In regards to, and even if Bayer, it seems more likely that they spoke to the agent, they had a discussion in regards to it, and it seems that they were either had major pushback from it, and which means that they were like, listen, we don't want to come to your football club, or there was something else in regards to it, them saying, I mean, there was also something else that was said, which is like, be a play today. Yeah, I think he's definitely a good talent. But again, if you look at the other two, the two people in particular that we've been linked to right now, which is Bia and then Max, and then also Jonathan David, who we speak about at a later point in time. Right, those two specifically, right? Those two specifically, in my personal opinion, are very similar. They're able to run in behind, very efficient, can use both feet, are goal scoring threats as well. One's obviously in the German league, one's obviously in the league, in league. So clearly, that's something they're trying to look for. Someone that's almost a very similar archetype to almost Jackson, I would argue, in regards to the way they play. So at the end of the day, that's the option they clearly are trying to look at in regards to it. So that's why Bayer and Donovan David are current options. I think they're looking for someone that can either be an understudy or a competitor to Jackson. Oh, we'll definitely get to him for sure, Big Mac. We'll definitely get to him for sure. But at the end of the day, in regards to those two in particular, whether or not they will bank is another thing entirely. I don't believe that at all. I am. I just again what we discussed Jonathan David in a bit. I think with Via, I feel like he's a peripheral option. I don't think he's necessarily a serious option. So again, I would not wait and I would wait and see on him. But I do not think he's option number one. That's all I'll say. I feel like for me, he's just a possible inquiry we've made. But after that, really, after the inquiry has been rebuked, then you know what I mean, let's move on. That's what's happened. So in regards to that one, that's been the case. I think that's just what we have to face as well. Again, not something I would be happy about. Big up to my guy Ibn Fulan. There's a days on the up. Exactly, bro. Ibn Fulan, bro. You know bull, bro. I like you already, man. Ibn Fulan knows bull already. Yes. Listen, I've said this before, and a lot of people do not know. A lot of people, they don't watch the French league, so it becomes very difficult for a lot of these guys to believe, a lot of the stuff when we make these comments and tell them, bro, guys, trust me, this guy is very good in this position, one of the best and up and coming players. So hey, it's much appreciated to see someone else that knows ball, bro. Always a pleasure. But again, with this gentleman, I don't think he's going to be an option at all. I think more likely he stays in the Bundesliga. Almost, I feel like he become almost like a Sesko option. And in regards to that, and nothing more, nothing less at all. So again, big up to him, but he's definitely not coming for sure. In regards to Omeridion, I just find the Omeridion stuff just so crazy. Like, the fee and value they're asking for Omeridion of 80 million, yeah. And then obviously the fact that you want him to stay. Listen, it's better off if we keep him. I agree with the statement too. Yeah, even Fran, I know, bro. I watch Friends as they're my league own team to watch. So I'm a big fan of like the plays they bring out. So I know for sure. But in regards to Omeridion, I just think Omeridion just came out of nowhere. I don't think his rep, even for as a potential up and coming talent, was that high. And obviously, when the fan base are gonna go crazy after it. So at the end of the day, it's not a great option to have in general. When we're hearing the stuff like Omeridion. So end of the day, it's not helpful at all. Doesn't help us all. Doesn't help anyone here at all. So end of the day, it is what it is. Now we've gone off of him. You're now reducing the number of options you can have, you can get. Let's see now what happens, isn't it? Let's see what happens now. That's all I have to say at the end of the day. But big up to Atletico Madrid. Thank you for doing us a favor. And I want to add also to the final to the other striker options, which is this one. My guy, John Duran, which is from the Zaka and Sell that came out today. And he says, hey, big up to my guy EPO Turf. Are you worried about Samuel Duran? And we are going for yes, EPO Turf. I don't know if you missed it. I was just speaking about that right now. So I said, it's very interesting because Samuel and Duran were very similar, right? Even Gurasi to an extent, Those three in particular all fit the same profile of strikers that we are targeting. We are now targeting, Jonathan David and Maximilian Bayer. Both guys, very similar to Jackson in terms of their style of play. Can run, can run at defenses, can get in behind, are able to slightly hold up play, build up play at the same time, drive the ball up the field too, and that is a key thing to think about. Clearly, they were initially trying to go to replace a guy like Armando Broja, which they were not able to do so. But now they're trying to go for a completely different type of striker just to necessarily compete with Nicholas Jackson. So that's what they're targeting from, honestly. So it is what it is, by the way. Big up. Oh, I think we've just been raided. Big up to Casually FC for the raid. Please, guys, if you're coming along from Casually FC, to make sure to please like, share, subscribe. I'm 5 away, by the way. I'm 5 away from 365. It would be really helpful, guys, if you could subscribe and help your boy out, bro. Thank you very much indeed. So yeah, we'll definitely discuss him in a bit. Peter Pan, don't you worry about that for sure. Joe says, big up Ahmed. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated, man, as always. Would you consider Darwin Nunes for 45 million? No, because I think for me personally, big up to my guy Marshall. Always a pleasure to have my boy here. I should actually mod you as well. Let me mod you right now while I'm speaking. You become a manager moderator. I'll give you the big dog, sign. So, but listen, of course, going just back to it quickly. I just think for me personally, you look at it, you feel into some of the stuff that you're looking at right now. I think for me, Darwin Nunes right now is very similar to Jackson. So there's no point of getting him right now. He's very erratic. He's very similar to Jackson. There's no point of getting someone that's very similar to Jackson at this point. You know what I mean? You really want, yeah. So, and also, I think for me, from a wage standpoint, does he fit our wage bill right now? I honestly do not believe so either. So, again, I think we as fans need to realize now we're in a wage constraint, right? And we're doing some other stuff right now. So, as such, we need to be able to work within that wage constraint factor. If we're able to understand that and know the type of players we're not going towards, at least we can then say we can go for X, Y, Z. This is how it's gonna work. This is how it's not gonna work. So again, we'll see on that one for sure. Ibn Fulan says Sergio Girassi is a complete striker, similar hold up play to Jackson, but also a great finisher. Can use both left and right foot, and is also great inside the box. Yes, I know Ibn Fulan, and that's why I thought, if I'm Chelsea Football Club, if I'm here right now, I'm really looking for a, maybe if I can't get the striker A, which was Sesko, I would really go for a, what I would call a stopgap nation. You can get someone in there that can be a stopgap that can, for the time being, do a job for you while you wait for your number one option, which may be a Sesko, right? Or whoever it may be, and then you can bring them in next season. And yes, I may understand the wage aspect for it, but I feel like, yeah, with his release clause, you can more than likely flip this guy for double the value if he has a good season at Chelsea. So I think for me personally, it's very easy. It's a very easy job to do. It's a very easy thing for you to do in general. So I don't understand why we are not trying to actively look and try to do that sort of thing already. So again, very surprising to me personally. At the end of the day, I agree with this. Keep Nunes away 100%. Sergio Girassi is a complete striker. Yeah, I said this very much. Girassi would have actually been the best option, and he's an extremely cheap wages. Disappointing the directors for not going for after him. I agree, bro. I feel like with him, great option to have. Good stopgap. Also allows Jackson to actually learn. By the way, he would actually learn. By the way, from a guy like Girassi, who's a bit more of an older gentleman, understands how to play football, understands the footballing world, and would actually allow Jackson to maybe help to mature in regards to his style of play and his footballing style. So that's the one for me. What if he fails? Again, bro, that might be the case, but I feel like more than likely with the way he's played and his style of play, I honestly believe he would not have failed, like the way people are making it out to be. Genuinely speaking, I do not believe he would have failed. But that's just me personally. But guys, there's 42 of you guys in here, through four away from 365, four away from 365. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, please. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much. I like the Chelsea project. No more paying crazy wages that end up in a financial mess. Sacrifice today so we can celebrate tomorrow. I agree. I can respect the idea. Let's hope that continue. Let's hope that we're able to do so. But I do think, Peter Pan, there will be one or two players that we may have to break the bank for in terms of wage structure to be able to keep, or even to bring in to help finish off the team, to help, round off the team in general. That's all it is for me. On checking in, fair enough. Big up to my guy Killer Red. Always nice to see you here. EPO Tough says Chelsea will not go for Grassi as there's no resale value as he is 28 years old. They will ask for at least 4-year contract at 32-year, no resale value. That is true. That is true. That's something that I didn't even think about for sure as well, by the way. So it's not easy at the end of the day, but I would not have preferred that to be the case, because I think for me, Sergio Grassi honestly would have helped the team help out. What's it called? The team out a lot more. Honestly speaking, bro, he would have helped the team out a lot more in terms of the stuff that you would be able to do and provide for us in the team in general. So I sometimes, bro, you have to sacrifice. You have to get a player or two that might not fit the bill. You know what I mean? Yes, you may give him a 4-year contract, but I'm pretty sure if he stays there for 2 seasons, yeah, in 2 years' time with what's remaining, the resale value can potentially get for him. It'd be more than good, bro. So like, what are we doing here? What are we actually doing here for sure? Sorry, I just need to put on the cold thing for me, bro, because it's really boiling in my house right now. Do you think Washington stays on the first team or gets loaned out? I'm starting to think he might become the backup striker next season. No, no, no. I definitely think for sure that Devin Washington will become will be going to Strasbourg next season. They're actually going to give him the Strasbourg loan at last, because that's the thing they wanted to do, by the way. But because of Lukaku and the wages and everything that he had, they had to move on Lukaku. They had to give Lukaku the loan room, and they had to keep Washington on the PL2 team, which was the under 18s team, I'm afraid, or under 21s team. So that's why you had to remain, actually, funnily enough. Given that your club insists on the Brighton model, the best bet is to buy both David and Mark Guiu. Will cost you no more than 40 million max. Well, of course, because Mark Guiu, for example, is only Mark Guiu is 8 million, And then obviously, apparently, you can get Jonathan David now on the market for somewhere between £32 million. So of course, that's going to be the best and easiest option for you to do. Would you sacrifice signing a big signer for someone like a Barker striker in order to afford someone on Desiree doing his wages? Bro, again, I don't think we're gonna be signing a I think for me, I would sacrifice a striker signing because I don't feel like, again, with the options that are currently available to us and the ones that are being marketed right now that we're trying to go towards, other than really the Mark Guiu guy, who's clearly going to be a Strasbourg flip in from what it's looking like to me, right? The other, you really should just have someone like an Nkuku, right? Again, I'll say this: someone really like an Nkuku and a Jackson should really be competing for that position. And I feel like you wait for your Cisco and the guy next season. That's all you have to do, really. And I think it's a much better and healthier scenario for the team to be in. And then you can bring in Desiree Doucouré for £30 million. And again, with him, I feel like it's a race against time because of the fact that there's a TV deal that's still not existing right now in League 1. So for me personally, this is where you go in there and then you really, oh my God, oh my God, oh goodness me, whoa. Sorry, guys. That's had a crazy amount of fun in my house. Thank God, I was like almost having a heart attack. There we go. Right, so there we go. Finally. Oh my God. So sorry, guys. Literally, something just almost broke my heart. Um, Again, first year of signing a renewal of a new ownership still holding us back. Sterling, Kuku, Chilwell, Enzo, Mudryk, and none have worked out for us. Yeah, I think the thing for me also is that Sterling, Kuku, Chilwell was already there. To do the Chilwell renewal, I don't think is as much of a big deal as the many people make it to be. Oh, we just got a Ziad Zone. What was it called? Raid. Thank you guys from Ziad Zone for raiding us in. Much appreciated. Mandem, as always. Big up to the boys. Big up to the Mandem. I'm saying to you, always a pleasure for you guys for you guys to be here. So much appreciated. So again, as I was saying, first year of signing, again, Kukurea, I think he will turn out good eventually. Well, it seems that we clearly have finding a role for him. Sterling, again, we should really be gone at this point in time, but sadly, because of what's happening, it's gonna be very hard for us to move on from him, as I said before. Enzo, Enzo, I think because of the injury is the main reason why I would be honest. Mudryk, again, I feel like we're in last chance to do the brother. I feel like he should have been gone a long while ago. But that's just my personal opinion on him. David comps look better than Samu's comps. Let's be real. That might be true, but still does not mean that he's good enough. Let's be honest, Killer Red. Mudryk's deal made no sense. We also, again, that was a directorship signing, Joe. Again, Mudryk, and I've said this multiple times before to the guys in the back, to the guys everywhere. Mikhailo Mudryk's deal was a ownership, signing. You know what I mean? The ownership were really trying to get him. Sterling still has a lot of juice in him. Well, let's hope that juice can be pruned. You know what I mean, Joe? So let's hope that juice can be pruned. Literally pause. But by the way, guys, for everyone that's in here, over 102 of you in here right now, guys, make sure to like, share, subscribe, please. Like, share, subscribe. Help your boy out. Almost at 1.4k, literally 39 away. If 39 of you literally subscribe right now, I'm at 1.3, yeah, 1.4k. Please do so, boys. Literally, I'm only 39 away. Can you guys get me to 1.4k right now? It'd be really helpful. Thank you very much. I'm giving you early morning content, early morning, BST, British Standard Time stuff. So literally, 39 of you to subscribe, please, to get me to 1.4k would be appreciated, as always. Thank you guys very much. But yeah, at the end of the day, guys, again, Sterling, again, we'll see what happens. Sterling's going to be here no matter what because of the wage. And I think the fact that also he's happy to stay in London. So whether people want to understand that or not is another thing entirely. But bro, that guy is not leaving anytime soon. Let's bring up this gentleman quickly, which is the guy that we've been linked to, of course. That's Marc, Guiu, if I'm not mistaken. He scored one goal in the league and in La Liga this season. He scored one goal in the Champions League too, funnily enough. So he's got definitely UCL experience. You know what I mean? Definitely got some level experience, that's for sure, in regards to it. And there's barely any data for this brother right now. There's very little data on him at the end of the day. So again, for me, with him personally, he's going to be what I would like to call a flip signing. Someone the club bring in to make some money at the end of the day and provide some value. Big up to my boy Keyshawn. Hope you're doing well. And this was obviously the big breaking news. It came from, the guy that used to be up 2 seasons ago, Gerard Moreno, and ironically, it says, Marc Guiu is about to leave Barcelona to join Chelsea. Advance between player and Chelsea. Chelsea will play the 6 million release clause, which is very cheap, of course. I'm very surprised that the players got such a low release clause in general, to be honest, for someone that's rated so highly. And Matteo Moretto of, again, Relevo, very reliable guy here. Big up to my guy Mada Musa. Is it like a little play on Mansa Musa? I'm believing. Big up to you, bro. This is the new way, bro. You know, I know a lot of people may not like it, but that's just the new reality we're in, bro. This is the new way that they're doing, the new project that they've been trying to do for the longest amount of time. Some people are definitely not happy with it. Some are happy with it. But listen, that's just the way it is, bro. You can't really change anything about that one for at all. So it is what it is. But yeah, he says that Chelsea advancing on Marc Guiu. There's a possibility he could be loaned to Strasbourg. And then they go on to, obviously, big up to my guy Desasi in Miami. You know what I mean? Someone made a joke about that. Which is, where's Fabrizio's quote on this one? Oh wow. Fabrizio made a quote on this. Am I just like missing it? Yeah. Big up to my guy RSM underscore 09. What does he say? Where is it? Let me go. It's because his contract was made before his appearance in the first team, and and this summer Barca was gonna offer new terms and new contract, but we were trying to swoop in before that. Yes, and it looks like it's looking like it's going. It's looked like we've been able to do it. RSM underscore 09. And I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow morning we get the here we go for the player, because of the fact of how easy that everything is for the player and be able to get him in. Where is Gary going to get him in Sunday League? We already have Washington, Fofana, and Richards. Again, Dusan Richards, if I'm not mistaken, he's currently going to he's currently in PL2. So I don't know. I don't see him going anywhere in regards to that. That Fofana has been actively being looked at to be sold. I don't know if you know that too. Devin Washington was meant to go to Strasbourg, but he's in the PL level. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets loaned out somewhere. And then Guiu might be actually, instead of Chelsea buying him, I wouldn't be surprised if they get Strasbourg to buy him in lieu, and then they bring him in via that way. It wouldn't surprise me that way. So that, in my personal opinion. Yeah, big up Disasi Heat Nation on top. All right, Joe, chill out. Big up to Kelly. I think this is the first time I've seen you here, Kelly. Chelsea must get its priorities right this summer. A clinical number in the person of Gyökeres, a dynamic left winger in Somerville, and then ship out Sterling at all costs. Man is on 300k for doing nothing. Well, Kelly, I don't know if you know this. I'm not a big fan of Sterling. I'm one of Sterling's, number one critics, by the way. So listen, you and I, we agree on the Sterling thing. In regards to Somerville, I would actually disagree. I think there's a better option than Somerville in Desiree Doué. That's the guy that I would go for as someone who's watched that guy actively in Ligue 1 in regards to a dynamic left winger, because he can play both on the left, in the middle, and on the right for you, by the way. So I would actually, in my personal opinion, he would work in that three much better than a guy like Somerville for me personally. In regards to the number 9, getting Gyökeres would be all well and good, but again, is he going to fit into the wage structure currently at the football club? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Secondly, it seems the club have been actively pushed away from him too. Because if he were clearly targeting him or wanted to get him, this would have happened long time ago. So believe me, bro. Is Marc Guehi? Yes, yes, I believe so. Currently, that's what they're saying right now, bro. Rich Money Maker says, big up to the legend on the panel, and we are not selling Kukurea from MT. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we're not selling Kukurea. I agree with that one. I'm pretty sure the G is pronounced like H. Hui. Oh, is it like Hui? Thank you, Joel, for letting me know. Just read that Chelsea will sign another striker to compete with Jackson, even after maybe signing Marc Guehi, and then he will most likely be loaned out to Strasbourg. Exactly. So he's probably going to Strasbourg Nation right now. I think for me personally, though, I would personally again bring him. You probably want to get Bluco to buy him, not Chelsea, if you want to get him to Strasbourg. It just makes it the situation a lot more easier to do. RSM underscore 09 says Sterling is also a big brother figure to a lot of the England squad, England players in our team, which is another reason he doesn't want to leave. I agree with you too, bro. That's definitely true. I just think for me personally, it just hurts because I wouldn't want him to be doing that right now. I get that, but I would much prefer us to be able to bring in a guy that's going to be able to, do the job for us more so than anything else. So it is what it is. Doué has no final product. May turn out no, bro. He has final product. It's just that I think because of the fact that big up to my guy too. This is another guy that I liked with pre-ACL. Martin Terrier is playing right now. I think because of Martin Terrier, he's not been able to play enough minutes on the left wing, right? Because Martin Terrier is like the senior guy and he's one of the best before he had the ACL injury. So he's not been able to produce that. But again, I think with him, yeah, because he can play across the wing is much better, and his primary position is the left wing too. So he provides a lot more value for you personally, more so than anything else, right? Rich Money, for my contacts, this is the first time on here. Yeah, big up, bro. Nice to see you here, man. Thank you, bro. Any updates on Johnathan David? I'm gonna just go on to him, Chelsea Godfather. Stay tuned because I have a very serious opinion on him. There, to my boy Ziad, always a pleasure, my brother, man. Always. Somerville is just a Bernard Johnson, but with cornrows. Watch his gold door soon as he. Bloody hell. Thank you, Killer Red, for that comment. That was a quality comment, bro. EPL to have Sterling Big Brother, whose kid for fun age with the kids like Palmer on the ground. From my contacts, there are some concerns about Mudryk. Again, I think for me, having concerns about Mudryk is actually just legit because, again, for me, fundamentally speaking, I know a lot of people are not like me hearing me saying this, but Mudryk right now is not at a top level. He's not here right now. He's not, at the Akbar level, as I like to call it. Until we're able to get there with him, then it's not gonna happen at all. So let's just be honest about that at the end of the day. But listen, let's speak now on my guy Johnathan David. Okay, so obviously this is the big news that's also come out today, which is in regards to Nizar Kinsella, which is that let me bring up for you guys. Abracadabra, let's go. It's just in. Johnathan David will cost less than 30 million. Chelsea discussing him. So again, if you look at it again from the price range angle for Chelsea, and I'm pretty sure many of my fellow Chelsea fans know, anything under 40 million, the Chelsea ownership directors are able to do that like this. And the fact that people don't know this, Johnathan Davis only on 30 grand a week, by the way. So providing it onto our new wage budget right away is going to be a lot more efficient as well, right? So again, if a guy like Johnathan David fits the wage structure, is able to get into that, from that aspect, he fits, right? Wage and price. In regards to the skill set, I'm going to repeat this personally. He's not good with headers. He's not able to really link up play that well. He's not really able to drive the ball correctly, in my personal opinion. Yeah, the positives of him is that he can play with both feet, in the sense that he can use his left foot and right foot to shoot. He's a bit more effective in that regard. But really, for me personally, Jackson is really clear of him. People will say that that's crazy, but Jackson for me is definitely clear of this brother, right? And that for me is the problem. I'm not even talking about, a lot of people might even say the pen match angle, which is kind of not necessarily true because of what he did this season, of only scoring 2 pens for his whole goal scoring. But I think for me personally, it's just his aspect of the way he shoots, is the way he's not able to link up play really well, is the way he's able to do a lot of stuff. So for me personally, the whole package is not it for me personally. Now, I can see if the club is trying to force their way of saying, oh, listen, this is going to be at least a bit more quality than what we get from the bench. Like last time we had Brewer wasn't really providing anything from the bench, and we didn't have anyone else also off the bench to bring on to compete with Jackson. The one thing about David that I will give David credit for is that he's very long lasting. Like he's a very durable player, so that's for sure. So again, for me personally, from that aspect alone, he's definitely good enough in that aspect from those two. But at the end of the day, for me personally, I would not just go for him at all. I would be saying, Johnathan David, astaghfirullah, bro. Please, let's chill out on him. No, thank you, please. No, thank you on Johnathan David. You might as well, in my personal opinion, just stick with Nicholas Jackson and Nicholas Jackson and Nkuku as your 2 main striker options. I don't know about everyone else in chat here. You can obviously discuss this with me if you disagree. But I think for me, it's much more better for you to get Nicholas Jackson and Johnathan and Guiu to compete for those 2 spots. And even I would argue Dacha Fofana. Why are we not giving Dacha Fofana the actual chance here to show his colours? I think for me, Dacha Fofana, by the way, is a much better player. Dacha Fofana for me, is has shown me a lot more, in regards to what he can do in the EPL and the time he's been at Burnley. That for me to say, you know what, he would be a very good and key backup option in the stuff that we're looking for. Why are we not even looking at a guy like Dacha Fofana for that option too, hypothetically speaking? So again, if we can't get your option A and the option B, and we're now at option E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, right? Then we need to start moving on, bro. We need to start moving on and finding better options than that one, in my personal opinion. So again, for me personally, Johnathan David is not the guy to be going towards, right? And I want to actually show you something else about Johnathan David, that most people will not show you, by the way, yeah. And this is for me the key thing, with a guy like him, by the way, too. Exactly, right? And this is the thing for me too, by the way. And let me just share this thing instead, yeah. You know, one of the things for me is this. Look at his shot creating actions, by the way. His shot creating actions, by the way, yeah, is 2.64, which is really poor, by the way, yeah. You look at people who have got you look at it right now, yeah. The mean is 2.61. He's not that great in terms of shot creating actions. I think the other thing for me is you're looking at his progressive carries, not that great either. His successful takeovers in that aspect of like trying to beat his man 1v1 as well is not that great either. If I was to bring you Jackson for this one, yeah, look at Jackson right now, by the way. Look at Nicholas Jackson right now, yeah. Big up to my guy Jerry. Let me know if you want to come on, bro. Always appreciated as always, yeah. Look at Jackson, by the way, yeah. This is Nicholas Jackson, the guy we've been cussing out at Chelsea, yeah. Look at Jackson's shot created action by the 3.05. Jackson is literally, yeah, his ability to drive the ball up, yeah, and move the ball and pass around, yeah, to be able to create his own shots, yeah, is that high. He's literally in the third 78th percentile for that, yeah. You then look at his progressive passes, yeah, quite similar, but look at the progressive carries. His ability to move the ball forward at quite a good rate, right? He look at his successful takeovers, able to beat his man, yeah, 1v1 as a striker, which is very key, you know, particularly in the way that you want to be able to do stuff, right? So again, you look at all of these aspects, by the way, from him, and I look at that stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, right? Look, you know, this I've already got a guy in Jackson that can do this for me much better and much more effectively. Why am I then going for Johnathan David? Otherwise, unless I'm trying to say, you know what, yeah, I need this guy, by the way, to what's it called, do something for me. For me, it not make sense. It not make sense at all, bro. Mm. You know what I'm saying to you? Like I don't know, like if people think I'm being a bit OTT on a gentleman, please let me know. But like it's not he's not it, bro. He's not it at all, by the way. That's just my personal opinion again. Ahmed has long-standing beef with David. He refuses to sign autographs. He will not let CFC sign him. Oh my god, it's not necessarily that, guys. Come on, you know, I'm trying to just be, you know, honest in terms of the way I evaluate players, by the way, and that's all it is for me personally. I'm not even trying to be a dickhead. One thing about me that you will find out when I talk about players is that I try to be able to, you know, take an honest approach on them, not try to, you know, be as biased as possible. Big up to Kelly. She said he or she asked, what's the latest on Gallagher's contract? If he doesn't renew, it means he goes for free next year. The board just seems relaxed on his contract situation. I think for me, the board are thinking of one of two things, right? They're either going to be able, they think they're going to be able to sell him this season. If they can't, they are willing to actually just give him a contract for a season or two more, such that he maintains his value, and then they can move him on afterwards. So I think that's why the board thinks that. Uh, we all know it's just OFCC is not serious, bro. I don't think so, bro. And I think for me, one thing this has proved to me, by the way, is that whoa. One thing that this has proved to me, by the way, is that Fabrizio, bro, is just a Chelsea fan page at this point, bro. You know, they just giving him everything, bro. So his sources are not. He's become from tier 0 for me to like a tier 1.5 right now in regards to Chelsea news. Oh, what are you saying, Joseph? How are you doing, bro?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. If they're feeding him news, they're feeding news. He has the news, bro. Like
That's why
it's
I said
just
he's a
what
fan
it
page,
is. What
bro.
it
That's
is.
why I said he's a fan page, man. He's a fan page.
It is what it is. They're just giving him news. He
Uh
might as well. Pice might as well not have a job at this point. He might as well not
exactly.
even keep his page
You
up.
know what? Yeah, I have a question for you, and like I want to hear from you because like this is something I've argued, and I'd like the chat to answer this. What I'm about to say very honestly. Yeah, I think for me personally, yeah, that right now at Chelsea, yeah, we have a big problem, yeah, of news leaking right now. The news is leaking way too much from us. Yeah, part of it may be from our own directors and like them trying to feed out news to the media, right? Part of it is also the fact that we've got a lot of guys who are in the know who have sources and leaks, yeah, that are coming towards them too, right? There's also, in my personal opinion, yeah, you know, leaks coming even from the players themselves, and it's just feeding into this idea that you know everyone knows where the Chelsea stuff is. You know, we know who is scouting. How does Fabrizio know who is scouting? By the way, do you have people on deep like? How can we? I don't hear about who buying us scouting, but I'm hearing about who we are scouting. Then we hear, you know,
Yeah, no, you just don't hear it from Fabrizio. Is the thing.
yeah, but like I feel like our stuff is too
When you
vague.
go, nah, bro, it's not. It really isn't. It's the same as everybody else. It really is. Like
I
it's
don't
the
know. Maybe
same
just
as
me.
every
Maybe.
big team, bro. You just see it more than everybody else, but you just see the Chelsea news more than everybody else. But there is like Bayern had the same issue. Like Bayern, you know what Bayern signings are weeks in advance. Like you know exactly what they're looking for.
Definitely, bro.
Manchester United is being linked with everybody under the sun. Liverpool and Arsenal are being linked with everybody under the sun. They just have their own reporters for it. We just have Fabrizio Romano. That's the thing. Like they're feeding the biggest outlet possible, and that's why you're seeing it so frequently. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, of course, bro. Of course. But
It
by the way,
really isn't
your
anything
mic is
out of the ordinary.
yeah, your mic is kind of slightly crackling, bro. Just double check that, please, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Only Liverpool move in silence somehow. Yeah, they do, bro. That's one thing I do give Liverpool credit for, bro. Yeah, man. Fabrizio's secret Chelsea fan. He must maybe, bro, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how much they're paying him. Maybe they're just paying him good money in it. But guys, we are almost we're 45 minutes into the stream. Well over 114 of you guys in here. Please again make sure to like, share, subscribe. Of course, like, share, subscribe. Very easy to subscribe. Just a button like this. Bang. And listen, I'm only 33 away from 1.4k. There's 115 of you guys in here. Make sure to subscribe, boys. Helps me out too. Thank you very much. So British isn't a big Chelsea fan. He's a fan of the money Chelsea bring. He must be, bro. He must be for sure, bro. I don't know how much he makes on Elon's Twitter now because I know Elon Musk does that thing where you pay people for tweets. He must be making a lot of money from his tweets, bro. He must be, bro. He must be. If he's not, bro, he's losing out big time. He's losing out big time. But let's talk about a bit more, yeah, about Durant. So I know a lot of people have been, have been mixed opinions on this gentleman. I know a lot of people have been saying, let's bring this guy in, let's not bring this guy in. But it seems to
According
be
to
that
Nazar, it's been cooled off.
it's
Bro,
been
we're not
cooled
even
off.
going for him.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it's been cooled off. Yeah, Chelsea's interest in Sergio Guirassy and John Durant have increasingly gone cold. Other targets are being considered. And if you read Matt Law's report actually yesterday, Matt Law also mentioned that Chelsea did a background check on obviously John Durant and did not like what they heard basically as well. So they started to cool their interest in him too. So for me personally, when you're hearing that sort of thing, I don't know what they heard.
Mob ties.
Yeah, it must be either mob ties or like you know what I mean. It must be either
But
mob
I
ties
got the
as he
mob
said,
ties. The
either that
cartel
or
ties, son.
yeah,
The
either that
cartel ties.
or like he's or this maybe it's just like they just may not feel his attitude links well with the football club either. That's just it's only one of those two, by the way. Who's this rich money maker? Very good point, guys, because my contacts know we weren't going for Dizabi. Oh my, fair enough. If you're one of the SDs, who would be your choice to be signed for SD position and why? I'll let you go first on this one, Joey.
Who would be my realistically like a realistic striker
Maybe
option I could go
let's
for?
say I'll say two. Let's say your dream option and then your obviously your what's it called realistic option. I would say.
My dream option probably would be still Victor Osimhen, and then my realistic option would probably either be Santi Jimenez or Eli Wahi. Those are the two guys I'd probably go for.
Fair enough. So for me, my dream option, who would be my dream option? I honestly think Gyökeres was always my dream option. I just like him as a player, to be honest. I've liked him as a player for a while. But if he's not my dream option, then my number two option I've always maintained. Yeah, if you want to bring in a guy that's going to do you a good job, just bring in Guirassy, honestly, for a season or two for right now. But he would be my realistic option. But the club obviously don't want the age thing for him. So other than that, really,
I don't think it's that. I think he's already, like I said from the beginning, he's had a verbal agreement with Dortmund for over a month now.
I'm thinking, bro, who I would bring in, and instead, if not for him, realistically, it would have been Sesko, but obviously that didn't turn out well. Do you reckon Jimenez is ready for Prem? I haven't watched enough that he was decent against Jamaica. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, he was okay against Jamaica. Do I think he's ready for the Prem? No, but I think he's ready to back up Nicholas Jackson at a better rate than Jonathan David could.
definitely could. In regards to Jonathan David again, I just don't think it's that big of a floor raiser. That's all it is. I don't feel like I feel like his ceiling is very low as well. I'm not sure what
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I question. Right,
Mm-hmm.
his conversion. If you pull up his stats, his conversion rate's actually pretty damn good. So if we're creating the opportunities for him and he just has to put them away, like, what does he turn into? Because we create a lot of opportunities just between like the Cole Palmers in the world and well, Durant and Samu are not available, are not on our list anymore.
Yeah,
Samu's not available. He was never available. Like I told you guys weeks ago, he's not available.
Yep.
Obviously you see Durant's not going to be available. I would rather David Hurt than Bayer personally, but I just don't know if I've watched enough Bayer for me to make that opinion. I was planning on watching some Bayer this weekend this week.
My younger brother is quite high on Bayer apparently. So again, he watches more Bundesliga than myself, but he said Bayer is quite a very good player. But again, the thing with me for David is just I don't know if he's gonna suit the Maresca system instead of like build up. Because if he truly wants to do the build up play thing with him and then the movement thing around, I'm not sure that Dave is the guy that you want to be bringing in, unless you're going to bring him as an option just to be the scorer, and then everyone else around him is going to be, creating around him. Then you know what, I can hold up my hands and be like, okay, let's do that. Okay, I can understand that, but again, I just feel like he's just like the cheap option the club have looked at and been like, let's bring him in. Honestly, that's what I feel like it is.
But it's also not like as straightforward as just us going for him and getting him, because Tottenham's been trying to get him for like at least 3 or 4 months now. Mm-hmm. Like there's like other teams that actually want him too.
Yep.
And if like like I said, like when you do groundwork, you normally can get. Like the thing is, people keep on saying Datro, bro. Datro needs to prove himself. Hasn't proven himself just yet. Like he only had a decent half season, and a lot of his goals were coming from almost the wing. So you can't even say like Datro is like going to be like a solid option for us. Like you just don't know. And he was playing off the right wing. Like we need more right wingers. I prefer not to keep Broya at all. Broya's not ready.
By the way, Broya, by the way, I think for me, it's just, I think the ACL stuff and everything like that, I just think he right now, he needs to be away from the club. It's not going to be suitable for him right now. Datro for me,
agreed.
Datro for me personally, I would actually, rather than just go straight in for a guy like Jonathan David, I would actually have a look at Datro Fofana in preseason for a game or two and actually see how he is. You know what I mean? Actually see how he is. You know, you've seen how he's played in the EPL already with Burnley too. So for me, I'm like, there's some EPL experience there. I have seen some flashes from him too. Why not? Why don't I just give Datro Fofana, an opportunity and in preseason? And if he does well,
because then, bro, he didn't. Because go look at his stats. Go look at his stats.
Is it that bad? Again, I don't know, because I didn't look at it from a statistical point, but I'm
just go look at his stats, bro. It's not as good as people think.
Damn.
It's he had a couple good games. Just put it that way.
Oh. All right, there we go. Let me just switch it right now. Oh, I don't know why I'm seeing that. Yeah, like, wow. So, damn, blimey. The only good thing about him that they're saying right now is he's just really good at successful take-ons as of right now.
Take-ons, yep. That's why they moved him over to the wing.
Yeah, man. Damn. Because everything else, you look at his XG,
yep.
His shot totals,
shot creating actions.
It's not great at all either.
Yep, yeah, and he's a short player. He's a short player, so his like
his thing is getting him behind. Yeah.
Yep.
But Tammy to Chelsea would be alone with the option to buy this type of deal. I don't want Tammy Abraham, bro. He just had the ACL carcass put into him, bro. And we've literally, by the way, also, yeah. with Tammy just came back, and we've just had another guy like Broha. He's gonna be another Bro situation where he needs time to actually get back to his level of where he's been. So it's a bit unfair on me, on us trying to bring Tammy back. And also, last time he was here, he scored 15 goals in the league, yes, but he scored a majority of them in like the first 3 months, and then afterwards he barely scored. Was it called? Barely scored in the other games afterwards. So, and we would be complaining.
And for how big he is, he's not that great in the air either.
Yeah, that's crazy, by the way. With Tammy Abraham, the one thing that makes it very crazy of him in particular, how can a guy that's tall, who says his hero is Didier Drogba, yet he can't even he can't even head the ball? Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, come on. Like, honestly, for me, that is just one of the weirdest ones ever. Like, just very weird in regards to him. But obviously, John Duran's not happening. Grassi's not happening. Listen, it is what it is, guys.
Just wait for these links, bro. Like the striker situation, just wait for it, bro. Like shit, people like they're now like going through the options pretty much. They're only giving you a couple options, and what ends up happening? More options end up coming up every single time when we talk about this.
And again, remember, Solanke, Matt Law's been pushing hard the Solanke news, by the way, which for me means maybe the Solanke talks maybe going on as well behind the scenes, maybe informally, in regards to obviously the 65 million deal. Maybe the club is like, maybe we might have some competition of Johnathan David, but we can really go head on into like a deal for like a guy like a Solanke who knows the club already, who might fit into the team a bit more so than a Johnathan David per se. Maybe they may be thinking that's an option too. Solanke's been pushed hard by at least Matt Law at the very least. But before I go actually onto him, obviously this guy's been brought up a lot, Anselmino, right? And apparently Chelsea are on a mission to sign him. The idea apparently is to loan him out to Strasbourg. But I'm starting to ask myself is that isn't there like a maximum of like 4 loans to one club you can do, right? Is it 4 or 3?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if he'll be getting loaned to Strasbourg or if he'll get loaned back to his country, and it's like be like a delayed buy. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I feel like some of these stuff has to be done by Blueco though. Like you need to get Blueco to actually start buying these players, not just Chelsea, because eventually you're gonna reach a point where if Chelsea just buy all these players and then eventually you can't loan them out, what's gonna happen to these guys eventually? So
I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea what the work. I assume that some of these guys are going to, I assume some of these guys are going to Strasbourg. You know what I'm saying? And yes, you would just assume that, but who knows, bro? Yeah. Who knows how they're going to deal with it?
100%. Yeah, I saw that, by the way. Let me just bring that up quickly for people who didn't see. Esteval obviously did the little, celebration for Cole Palmer. Where is it? There we go. Obviously.
Oh, the goal was the goal. He played left wing for the first half, and the goal was. Whew.
Yeah, that goal was.
There's nothing this kid can't do. By the way, like Chelsea on the ball, off the ball, like there's nothing this kid can't do.
Yeah, bro. He's very talented, bro. To say the very least. Chelsea have been the name that has been in the news, whether positive or negative. We have been talked about the most. Copa and Euros are ongoing, yet we are relevant. We are relevant. Owners know the power of PR. Fair enough, bro. But sometimes, bro, the power of news can also be used against you. So wield it wisely. Yes, Chelsea get the best content creator, 100% always live. I'm only live today, by the way, because I was on my good friend Marshall's stream. So I would have done my 10:30 stream usually, but because I was on live,
I was gonna go live. I was gonna go live, but I've been mad tired today. I'm just recovering from being sick. So
hopefully you get well, bro. The strike quality is so poor. I haven't peaked yet in the generation compare. Yeah, exactly. Right now, I feel like in a lot of positions, right, the left wing position, the striker position, I would argue. Not necessarily the mid.
It's the style of striker is the problem, not necessarily the level of these strikers, in my opinion. Think about it this way. Rooney is an anomaly. I don't like using Rooney as a striker, a true striker. Or if we're talking Robin Van Persie, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Didier Drogba, if you notice, they all had a style. They are all complete in the end. there isn't any more complete strikers. You either have like a guy who's
Exactly.
culture, a guy that can run in behind, a guy that's a target man. There isn't any more complete guys anymore.
Mhm.
And that's the
Uh,
problem. And back in the day, we had complete guys that were totally complete, did everything.
would you bring in Castillos as a GK? Too old, mate. They're not. There's no way they're bringing Castillos in. And also, I'm
Absolutely
not
not.
really. And also, I'm not a big fan of him personally. Right wing back and right back are over crowded positions right now. Yes, 100%. I would agree with that too. I feel like we're just in a market where they've been extremely overproduced as of right now. So that's possibly the reason why, right? So listen, man, we move on that one still.
There was a decade. There was a time in a decade where there was no left-footed players for like
Yes.
almost a decade, bro. Like it's just the opposite way now. Like there's more left-footed wingers than there are fucking right-footed wingers. Good right-footed wingers nowadays.
Hmm. Pretty much so. I want to actually just talk about one more thing before we start wrapping up. Guys, I'm on 369 subscribers. Already 31 away. There's over 95 of you in chat. I know like at least half of you are not subscribed. Make sure for 31 of you guys to subscribe, please. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and make
Can
sure
you
I
put
get.
my channel in the chat for me?
If you send it to me in private chat, the actual name,
I
I'll
can't
actually.
because I'm on my phone.
Oh, fair enough then.
I can send it to you later if you want, but
Yes, please. Yeah.
I can't right now.
What you should do is if you send me actual full channel name, I can actually put into the title, and people can literally just tap it,
Hmm.
bang, and they go to your channel. Actually,
Okay.
great show, you guys. I'm off to bed. That's all right, bro. Enjoy your bedtime. The one I was gonna actually just talk about quickly before we actually, can finish off is actually on this actually, which is that apparently Fabricio didn't even know that we were speaking to Mark Huey, not Mark Huey, sorry, Jonathan David. Apparently, I don't know if you
Guiu.
saw that. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, he was like, I haven't heard of anyone of them speaking to him, which clearly I don't know what's going on with him at Chelsea, bro. Like,
David
he's
was an Ornstein link, right?
yeah, it was Ornstein, like, and he was like,
Originally.
yeah, and like
Mhm.
obviously he was like, I haven't heard anything about him at all, and I was like, wow, that's really surprising that you've not heard anything about him
Yeah.
at all. Yeah, so but
Interesting.
obviously, what do you think about this gentleman, bro? This guy who seems to be coming to the football club today.
Fucking fuck if I know, bro. He's a U18 player. He played a total of one game. He's 18 years old.
All I know is
Guys,
that he scored of his first touch, by the
guys,
way.
guys. Let's not forget Ornstein's debauchery at the end of the season last year. At the end of the transfer window last year, he got Caicedo and Kudus wrong last year at the end of the window. Like, let's not forget about that shit. Let's not forget about that. Just because Ornstein got a couple ones quickly, like let's not forget about that shit. Let's not forget about Fabrizio getting more reports outside of England happening too. Let's not forget about that shit. Let's not put these two against each other like that. I don't really like that shit that much. I think they're both really good reporters, good journalists. So I would rather just keep them as two good journalists that we have
Yeah.
in the sport. With this kid, I don't know. I've read a few things like that Barcelona fans have said about him, and they supposedly think that he's like the next guy up. Like, I guess he came on in the game with like 10 minutes left and scored, and like all of these Barcelona fans love him. He's like the Alfie Gilchrist, I guess, of these guys. But he's a striker. I have no idea. I have no idea. He's 18 years old. Am I supposed to know? Like,
No, I don't think
that's you know what
I
I'm
really
saying?
don't
Like
think any
that.
of us are, yeah, supposed to know. I'll be honest with you,
He,
bro.
and he's 6 million. He's 6 million like release clause, and supposedly he's really talented. Send him
Yeah,
off to Strasbourg. You could buy it. You fucking have him bought for Strasbourg. Like, I don't know.
yeah. This came out just at
He's
midnight.
18 years old, bro. He's
Yeah.
18 years old.
Mhm. This is just came
Nah, he
out right now.
reposted it. He
No, this is
reposted
new.
that.
I was in. I thought
No.
this was a bit new. No, all right, yeah. So at the end of the day, obviously, Chelsea fans still butthurt about Elise failed. Dion blame Fabrizio. You can't blame Fabrizio for that, man. You got to blame the directors for that one. You know what I mean? You got just the you're blaming the wrong person if you're
You
blaming.
don't blame anybody, bro. We
Yeah.
lost. Big deal.
Yes.
Like, get over it.
Yeah,
Stop
man.
being
That's
pansies and get the fuck over it. Sorry for my language, but get
no,
over
no.
it.
Exactly, bro.
Get over
No.
it. We took a L. Just hold the L and move on. It's not that difficult to think about. Just hold the L and move on. It's not that big of a
Just
deal.
yeah. In life, you're not gonna always win, big man. You don't always win in life. So you know, what I mean, it is what it is. Just gotta move on. Just gotta have to hold it, man. At the end of the day, not easy at all. But obviously, this is the only other topic I want to talk about. Final one, and this is on my guy, Ian Matson. Obviously, now officially going to Aston Villa. What were your thoughts on Matson, bro? Because I was someone that rated the guy highly. I had always thought he would be a great competition, honestly, for someone like a Kukurea. And obviously, it's not turned out to be that like that. Yeah. So it's been quite painful at the end of the day for me personally.
Um, I'm not like too upset with losing him like most people are. Like people are a little overdoing it in my opinion, like how good he is. Like he's a good player, but didn't we just see him make two glaring errors in the biggest game of his career?
Of course, yeah, of
Like
course.
let's not like he's a good player, guys. He's a good player. Like and like could we have used him instead of Chilwell? Like absolutely. But in the end we got good money for him too.
Yeah,
You
we
know?
did.
In the end we got good money for him too. So we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out.
Peter Pan's got a bit more knowledge on this gentleman on Hui, and he says finishing on and reading of the game is good. Fair enough, man. And again, I think again. I've said this before. He's a very talented gentleman. He's the Barca kid looks like he's talented. We'll see what happens, and hopefully he does well at Strasbourg because that's where he's going. It seems currently. So let's see. Let's see how that one plays out at the end of the day before we start making anything else. Obviously, Kellyman is going to Chelsea for 19 million obviously as well. He's another one that I probably set to go on loan, but I don't know where to as well. But we'll have to wait and see on him as
He'll
well.
get a
But
Premier League loan, so it won't even matter.
you think so? What you think Ipswich will probably
Oh
go
yeah.
for him?
Ipswich, one of these teams, Leicester, like one of these teams will go in and shit, he could go to the championship for all we give a fuck. It doesn't matter as long as he stays in England. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't affect our loan numbers. Because you can send as many people on loan to England and you in England as you want. Doesn't matter. That number doesn't matter.
Oh yes, that is true. At the end of the day, I think yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about this one more story actually. I keep on remembering this something else. I keep remembering about. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, come on, come on. Where are we? Uh, bear with me for a moment, guys, while I bring this one up. This gentleman right here, because I forgot about this guy too. So this is also Real Madrid talk, but I thought Real Madrid already had the had us beat for this guy. But Chelsea are interested in Franco Macetuano, 16 years old. I believe this guy's an Argentinian midfielder, actually, if I'm not mistaken. And I thought Real Madrid were about to buy him, so I was very surprised to hear. Yeah, he's a River Plate under 20 Argentina international. Let me just bring this one up. Plays in the is a right winger and attacking midfielder. So yeah, I was really surprised to hear we were linked to him because
Another one. Another
yeah.
one.
So I was like,
I'm just
bro,
gonna start. Every time we're linked with a freaking right winger, I'm just gonna say another one. Like I'm freaking DJ Khaled. Another
yeah,
one.
exactly, bro.
Another one.
Honestly, it literally is, bro. With him,
Another
like,
one.
Cuckoo is a better fit for
Another
us than
one.
Cuckoo is a
Yeah.
better fit than Matson. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. And Chilwell is a better attacking left back apart from his high injury history. I would agree with that, but I think Chilwell's declined even in the attacking aspect for me personally, bro.
Well,
He
we
li-
never can get him 100% fit. So when
exactly,
he's 100%, when can we see what level Chilwell is because he's never 100% fit.
exactly,
Every
and I
time he's playing, he looks like he's carrying an injury.
yeah, it feels like that Chilwell just he might be I know I use this term very like flippantly at times, but he looks like broken goods. Does that make sense? But
Mhm.
I just feel like Yeah, man. You probably should be going for like a backup left back or like someone.
If you can send Chilwell on loan somewhere in England this summer, this that would be fantastic. Like that would
Yeah,
be
I agree.
fantastic. Then you go and buy a guy who can challenge Kukurea. Like you can go get like I like the left back from Ecuador. I like the left back from Turkey. I like that German left back. Uh, shit. I mean, there's just four right there. Cali
Yeah,
Fury, there's five.
Calafiori,
I
that's
mean,
5-2. And California would also help you with that left centre back role. If you don't believe that Buddy Shield's even good enough for that role, you could be like, listen, we've got
yeah,
two
I think
midfielders.
everybody needs to calm down on our center backs for a second.
Yeah. I'm
You know
just
what I'm
saying it just
saying?
provides options, yeah.
I think here's the thing with me is like I've seen it enough times where a manager comes in and there's a revitalization in how center back play comes. I've
Exactly.
seen it with fucking John Terry, bro. I've seen John Terry play like a goddamn garbage man for a year, and then Jose comes back and he looks like a goddamn beast again. Like it's about coaching in the end. Like, do you have coaching? Do you have the coaching to be able to get this squared
Mhm.
away? The big thing that I want to make sure gets taken care of, one, defensive set pieces. Can we defend fucking set pieces? I don't give a fuck who it is. You should be able to defend set pieces. Okay?
Exactly.
That was one of our biggest weaknesses. We went and got Cueva, so hopefully that's taken care of, right? Second, second thing is on the ball, on the ball decision making. That's the second thing. Okay. To be honest with you guys, like the defending of these center backs aren't that bad. It's really not the defending of these center backs. It's the on the ball decision making. You making a ball into your midfielder who's pressed from behind, or you making a pass to your goalie who is out of his box and go, and Desasi, like like on the ball decision making. How many times Batty Shield made a bad pass into somebody, forcing a
Exactly.
pass into somebody? Like,
Hmm.
but that comes with if you have a system that you know that is going to allow you to be able to escape the press, or you have
Exactly.
an outlet at the striker where you can hit the ball over the top to him, and unlike Nicholas Jackson, what he can do, like that's what I thought the type of striker. That's why I'm not fond of Jonathan David. I wanted a different kind of striker
Exactly.
because you can't hit the ball, Jonathan David, like that. And like that's that's what it comes down to, bro. Like if one of these, I just need a target man, bro. Like I need a target man for this team. Like I get a target man, I'll be all right with the remaining pieces that I have. I like get me a left back, get me a goalkeeper, and let's run this squad. Like if you want to get
100%.
another left midfielder, sure, because you know you're going to be able to try to get rid of Sterling or one of these men. Because even if you do get, let's just say you don't get rid of Sterling and you do get a left midfielder, Sterling can back up Madueke on the right hand side.
Hmm.
Like, still, we could still have that as an option if we need to. Like,
Exactly.
unfortunately, he's on ridiculous wages, but he still can be somewhat of an option in the end. Like until the kids roll through and put a stamp on the ground, show who they are. By that time, they'll both be 18. They'll be 18, turning 19 for Kendry. Like
Hmm.
they got to just hit the ground running. Hope, in my opinion, hopefully Angelo Gabriel goes into preseason and shows himself like he did last preseason, and he gets to stay this time. You know what I'm saying? And then Andre Santos gets to stay. Fuck it, bro. Like I'm done with it. I don't give a shit. Play the guys that we had. Like that's the dead ass truth on it, in my opinion. Because I see if you go put the numbers up, only Olise only had like two more like two more take-ons for successful take-ons than Angelo did in his season. Like
Ooh.
this kid, like there's like we got some freaking talent in here. We might as well just use him, bro. Like Screw it. Like, play the fucking kids. Like, you see Kelly Johnson throw the money at the kids, play them. Fucking,
Yes.
they're playing. Fuck them. Everybody else is playing kids. Minos being played out there. We had kids being played across Europe. There's kids being played in Euros, and there's kids being played in Copa America. Some of these kids are good enough. Just give them a chance. They are. Plain and simple.
Yeah. Kenny Johnson says Chelsea are just throwing money at kids who won't make it into the team and thus won't get sold for profit eventually. Thus won't get for over 180 million spent on kids, but when it matters most, they complain about cost pathetic. I think the issue is, yeah, I
That's
think
a
for me
problem.
personally, yeah, I think for me the issue is that's not necessarily the case. The problem is when they are going for these guys, they have a strict wage budget now. They're trying to apply a strict wage budget. That's the difference. It's not they can't buy these guys. It's just that they have the money to buy these guys. They can splash their money.
Here's the problem though with that theory. We won't get sold for profit eventually is the most asinine thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, what have we shown? What have they shown you? What have they fucking shown you? Like, they can get exorbitant fees for players you didn't think they could get exorbitant fees for. Exactly. That's the one thing this ownership group has shown you.
They can definitely sell.
Prove. They can sell. Like, what? There's like, and not for nothing. If you understand the way that the PSR rules actually work, if you buy an 18-year-old, okay, Ahmed, if you buy an 18-year-old and they stay for 3 years, okay, that 18-year-old becomes homegrown for an English homegrown player. English homegrown player. That means Angelo Gabriel, okay, the kid Angelo Gabriel, next year will be an English homegrown player. Do you understand what that's worth in this league?
Exactly.
Do you understand what just that is worth in this league? That's my point. People don't understand it. They don't understand the economics of it. They just assume, oh, they're just buying kids. And why are they buying kids? The economics of it is eventually they could sell these kids in 3 years, after 3 years, actually be on the books as profit, and then you can go and buy some of these guys that are 100 million again. And that's what it comes down to. But people don't understand that shit because they think they want to stay in Stamford Bridge in that tiny stadium and think that they could spend as much money as these owners can spend as much money as Roman did.
I just think fundamentally, when it comes to the stadium talk, I want to see what they're gonna propose. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think your mic's still bugging out, bro. Just double check the mic.
All right, I'm gonna hop off of my headset. 1 sec.
All right, that's no problem. So while I wait I'm gonna mute Joey. While I wait for him, I just think for me, fundamentally, when it comes to the stadium, they need to obviously first of all come up with a yes or no answer what they want to do with the stadium. They want to stay there or not. Yeah. B, if they are gonna stay there, or I need to see a tenable plan, to be able to do so. And then D, then we can start talking about whether or not these guys, whether or not people are willing to do it or not. So I think for me personally, there's a lot of factors that go into actually even going to the stadium first, and I just feel like they need to start fast tracking that if they want to start getting the optimal amount of money, because it takes a very long time, as I said before to many of you guys previously, to be able to make as much money as possible when it comes down to it, bro. So that's all it is for me personally. So listen, it is what it is. But listen, guys, 1 hour 20 minutes in. 1 hour 20 minutes in. I'm at 371 subscribers. There's over 96 of you guys in here. 329 of you are not subscribed. I know you 29 of you are not subscribed. Make sure to please subscribe, guys, to get me to 1.4k, please. 29 of you I know are not subscribed here. Make sure to do so, bro. It's easy to subscribe, One button to subscribe, please. Thank you very much. But going back, what were you saying, Joey? Like, I'm gonna let you obviously finish off what the point.
Nah, I wasn't saying nothing. Don't worry about it.
All right, no problem at all. All assuming you will be competing anytime soon. Don't forget. Well, listen again. I feel like Potter came into a scenario which was not viable for him. I'm gonna be very honest with you with that one. Maresca might be good, or he could be worse. Yeah. Again, we will find out in preseason. By the way, next week well, today's the 24th for me already. It's 24th right now in the UK, right? Next week, Monday, it will be the 1st of July. So that will be probably his first day at the club. That's when he's going to probably do his interview and sort of stuff like that. So we'll be seeing him, seeing the stuff that he clearly wants to do and his philosophy within that week for sure. So listen, again, watch the space, as I always say. Watch the space in regards to that one as well. Now, one thing I will add, before we do definitely now head on to the what I like to call the finale is what who do you think the left wing option is going to be? Do you think it's going to be Desiree Doué or do you think it's going to be Somerville?
You talking to me?
Yes, of course, bro.
You're not. I'm not on the screen. That's why I was wondering.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I forgot. I have to do this. I did a single action. That's why, bro. My apologies. But who would you think? Who would you like to be the number one? What's it called? Option. Desiree Doué.
Let me turn around here because that lights.
Yeah,
if it is Doué, bro, people are still gonna complain. But they don't know. But they don't know what yet, though. Yeah. They don't know yet.
Yeah, they
don't know yet. That's the thing. Like, but like, is there touchline wingers anymore, bro? Like, is there touchline wingers? Because Doué's not a touchline winger. Me and you both know that.
I feel like, bro, you know what it is, bro? It's all become inside. I feel like we all have inside wingers, by the way. It's all become inside forward, bro. That's what's happened right now. They're inside forwards, or like they're cutting and shoot guys. Essentially, that's all they are, bro. We've literally lost the guys that touchline guys. That's why guys like Madueke, by the way, are very special. By the way, guys like Madueke are very special in regards to that what they can actually do. So, listen. Noosa, no. The reason why Noosa is not coming is because they found some medical stuff in him because Chelsea was about to buy him.
Yeah, he has like. Yeah. He has. All right. So the whole thing with Noosa, because I was very interested in this, reading in about Noosa and like why this didn't happen because obviously we're linked with them. I think we put a bid in for him if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he got rejected.
Yeah, and but he has like he's outgrowing his body, and certain parts of his body aren't growing at the same rate other parts of his body are. Like for instance, I think it's like certain parts of his like hips are like when you're growing, like you need your muscles and your hips to like grow at the same time. Otherwise, like you'll just be like you'll walk different, right? Or like this guy, it's like we won't know if he's gonna be like truly healthy until he's like 21, 22. So I wouldn't expect him to move at all.
Fair enough.
You want to know who I would love, bro? And this is my scouting brain that I wish he never went to this club because I fucking hate this club. But there's this kid from Norway. His name is Andre Schneiderlup. He plays for Benfica. He's a young kid. But the amount of technical ability this kid has is unbelievable. It's really unbelievable how technical this kid is. I would play him on the same technical ability as Desiree. Like same level of technical ability. I just wish he never went to Benfica because that shit as soon as he hits Benfica values him at like 50 million, and he's not a 50 million pound player yet.
Yeah, you know what? Oh, yeah, echo. But just I'm gonna just quickly mute you while you fix your echo. But guys, you know what? Yeah, we gotta call it here. 1 hour 25 minutes in. Thanks again, by the way. Desiree plays a lot like Rashford. Not really. I think he's very direct. He's able to beat his man 1v1. He's able to keep his head up as well, and he's able to create one thing that Rashford cannot do. I would argue. He needs to put more muscle, Joey. Yeah. Again, that comes with time, though. Some players, by the way, that this body type doesn't suit obtaining or putting on more muscle. By the way, so I'll let Joey answer that. Actually, what's your answer to that one, bro?
He's right.
All right, fair enough then. All right, that was nice and quick. But yeah, okay, guys, we're gonna call it here. Let's listen. I'll make sure I'm gonna put Joey's was a good channel in the title once he gives it to me right now, and you can make sure to subscribe to him, guys. I'm on 372 subscribers, 28, so make sure to subscribe on your way out. But you can find me here tomorrow at 8 p.m. Not 8 p.m. Sorry, 10:30 p.m. As always. Actually, I might do it at 11 p.m. You know, sorry, yeah, 11 p.m. because I feel like there's no one's actually gonna be streaming. It'll be much more efficient for me to do it at 11 p.m. And listen, yeah, make sure to subscribe, everything like that. Tomorrow there'll probably be a bit more news in the striking news. Like it seems that Chelsea have made an active mission just to release a lot of news as of recently. So probably get a lot more info on that and maybe even the left wing option. I think knowing Chelsea. But listen, we move. Thanks again for subscribing, Joey. Just tell them before I leave where they can find you.
It's at JWSTP. Yeah, JWSTP. And that's everywhere. At JWSTP.
And I've put that in the comments too for you guys just to tap on, and you should be able to get it too. But guys, as always, I've been your host with the most, the Bridge 258. Thanks again for coming along to watch. Always a pleasure to have you guys here. And we